G'day mates, Jake here, your Aussie guide from Should I Go? Today we're tackling a big question. Should I go to Oregon? In other words, should you pack up and move to that green, quirky corner of the Pacific Northwest? If you've ever considered trading koalas for coast redwoods or kangaroos for craft beer, stick around. I'm about to give you 6 ripper reasons why moving to Oregon might just be the best decision you make. And hang tight for a bonus tip at the end. A top-notch Oregon vacation spot where you can test the waters before making the big move. Ready to go to Oregon? Let's go! First up, the great outdoors. Oregon is bloody beautiful, no two ways about it. This state is a nature lover's paradise that could give the Aussie outback a run for its money, minus the kangaroos, of course. From rugged Pacific Coast beaches with iconic sea stacks to the lush, mossy forests, straight out of a fairy tale, Oregon's scenery is so diverse it's like Mother Nature's playground. One day you can be strolling along Cannon Beach with that famous haystack rock in the background, and the next you're hiking on the slopes of Mount Hood, a snow-capped volcano. The landscapes will have you snapping photos like a tourist on walkabout. They're that stunning. And it's not just beaches and mountains. Ever fancy visiting a real-life blue crater lake in a volcano? Crater Lake National Park is Oregon's crown jewel, with the deepest, bluest lake you've ever seen, formed in an ancient volcanic crater. How cool is that? There are also high deserts and painted hills in the east of the state that look like Mars on a good day. Basically, if you love hiking, camping, skiing, or just ogling gorgeous scenery, Oregon will spoil you rotten. You can surf in the morning and ski in the afternoon, all without leaving the state. For an outdoor adventurer, moving to Oregon is like being a kid in a candy store full of epic adventures at every turn. Now, let's talk city life. You might be wondering, is there more to Oregon than trees and trails? Too right, mate. Portland, Oregon's largest city, is world famous for its creative, quirky culture and friendly vibe. It's got the big city perks without the big city attitude. In Portland, you'll find an art scene and nightlife that's anything but boring. We're talking endless food trucks, they call them food carts, dishing up grub from every cuisine imaginable, quirky coffee shops on every corner, and live music pouring out of pubs and parks. The city's unofficial motto is, "Keep Portland weird," and they take it seriously, in the best way. Don't be surprised if you see a bloke riding a unicycle in a Darth Vader costume playing bagpipes. True story. Portland's got a legendary fellow called the Unipiper who does just that. In short, Portland gives you a blend of hip and homey skyscrapers and farmers markets, street art and rose gardens. It's a place where you can enjoy a craft latte in the morning, visit a massive bookstore at noon, hello, Powell's City of Books, and catch an indie band at night. And if Portland's not exactly your scene, no worries. Oregon has other fantastic towns with their own personalities. Eugene is a laid-back university town. Think tie-dye art and a love of the outdoors. Bend is an outdoor enthusiast's dream, with high desert vibes and mountain views, plus more breweries than you can shake a stick at. And Ashland down south is famous for its Shakespeare festival and artsy charm. Even the capital city Salem has its own low-key appeal. The point is, Oregon isn't just one flavor. Whether you're into theater, tech startups, college football, or funky art fairs, there's a city or town in Oregon that will feel just right. Moving here means you get a taste of urban life that's vibrant but chilled out, kind of like Melbourne's cool cousin who went off to live in the woods. Next up, let's chat about food and drink, because what's life without some tasty grub and a cold one? Oregon is a foodie paradise. If you move here, prepare your taste buds for a wild ride. First, the craft beer scene. Oregon has over 300 breweries. Yep, you heard that right, 300. Portland alone often ranks among the cities with the most breweries on the planet. They take their beer so seriously that ordering a lager might get you a friendly lecture on the difference between a Pilsner and a Pale Ale. From hoppy IPAs to smooth stouts, you'll find a brew for every mood. And if wine is more your style, the Willamette Valley is basically Napa's cool little sister, famous for its Pinot Noir that'll make your palate sing. Weekends can be spent wine tasting at scenic vineyards or touring craft breweries in a vintage VW van. It's a tough life, eh? But wait, there's more. The food is ace as well. Portland's food cart pods are like an international buffet. You can grab authentic Thai, then Polish pierogies, and finish with a Mexican churro, all in one block. The farm-to-table movement is huge here, so fresh, local ingredients are in everything. Oregon's got amazing seafood. Salmon, oysters, Dungeness crab. Seafood's so good you'll be ditching fish and chips for fish and awesome. And did I mention Voodoo Donut? This Portland institution serves donuts topped with everything from bacon to breakfast cereal. Totally bizarre and totally delicious. Coffee lovers, you're in luck too. As an Aussie, I'm picky about my coffee, and Oregon passes the test with flying colors. You can even find a proper flat white. Whether you're vegan, carnivore, or something in between, Oregon's culinary scene will keep you well fed and happy. So if you move here, prepare to loosen your belt a notch and enjoy the feast. All right, time to talk about money, honey. One huge perk of living in Oregon, no sales tax. That's right, go buy a new TV or a fancy jacket, and the price tag is exactly what you pay. If it says $19.99, it's $19.99 at the register. As an Aussie, I found that brilliant. We're used to GST included in prices back home. It's a small thing, but trust me, you feel like you're getting away with something every time you shop. Shopping in Oregon is basically a guilt-free sport. You can legitimately say, I saved by buying this, and not be completely fibbing. Your wallet will thank you, especially if you're coming from a place where taxes at checkout give you a nasty surprise. Now, what about the general cost of living? Oregon isn't the cheapest place in the US, but compared to neighboring hotspots like California or Seattle, it's a bargain. Housing in Portland, for example, is more affordable than San Francisco or Sydney. And outside of Portland, it gets even cheaper. You can find a nice place to rent or buy without selling a kidney, which is always a plus. And with all that gorgeous nature around, guess what? Plenty of entertainment is free. Hiking doesn't cost a cent. Parks are usually free or very cheap, and strolling through a Saturday market doesn't require a down payment. So while you will have to budget, especially if you settle in popular areas like Portland or Bend, overall Oregon can offer great lifestyle bang for buck. No sales tax, reasonable living costs, and endless free adventures. That's a combo that might just tip the scales in favor of moving here. If you're the type who brings your reusable bags to the supermarket and worries about your carbon footprint, you'll fit right in. Oregon is green in more ways than one. This state has a reputation for being eco-friendly and proud of it. Recycling isn't just encouraged, it's practically a state religion. Composting, solar panels, community gardens, farmers markets, you name it, Oregon's doing it. Portland in particular was into sustainability before it was cool, and it shows. Don't be shocked when you have 3 different bins for garbage, recycling, and compost. You'll get used to sorting your banana peels from your plastic in no time, promise. This eco-friendly mindset means the air is clean, the water is fresh, you can drink straight from the tap, it's crisp mountain water, and the communities value their parks and open spaces like treasure. Oregon was one of the first states to protect its gorgeous landscapes, and that love for nature spills into everyday life. People bike everywhere, rain or shine, and there are bike lanes on tons of streets, with some of the most enthusiastic cyclists you'll ever see. Public transit is solid too, especially in Portland, where streetcars and light rail make it easy to get around without a car. And let's not forget, Oregon is progressive in other ways. Things like farmer co-ops, organic food, and renewable energy projects are commonplace. So if you move here, prepare to embrace a greener, cleaner lifestyle. You might even find yourself picking up new habits like weekend farmers market runs or volunteering to plant trees. In Oregon, hugging a tree isn't an insult, it's a weekend activity. Last but not least, let's talk about the people and the overall vibe. Oregon's lifestyle is as chill as a cucumber in a cooler. Folks here are generally friendly, polite, and open-minded. It's that West Coast easygoing attitude with a unique Oregon twist. Neighbors will say hello, baristas actually ask how your day is going and listen to the answer. And there's a strong sense of community. It's the kind of place where a stranger might help jumpstart your car, and a friend will invite you over for a backyard barbecue after one chat at the dog park. Coming from Australia, where we value our laid-back way of life, I felt right at home. There's a big emphasis on community. From local festivals to block parties, you'll quickly feel like part of the gang. Now, layered on top of that friendliness is a delightful dose of quirkiness. Oregonians are proudly a bit weird. Remember that Portland motto. They revel in their odd traditions and offbeat events. For example, Portland hosts an annual World Naked Bike Ride where thousands of people cycle through the streets in nothing but their birthday suits, all to promote cycling and positive body image. Talk about confidence. And if riding in the buff isn't your cup of tea, how about watching people race outhouses or giant pumpkins? Yep, in some small towns they actually race giant hollowed-out pumpkins across a pond every year. Fancy a UFO festival? They've got that too. Basically, there's always something fun and downright peculiar happening. And it's not just for show. It reflects a spirit of embracing individuality. Dye your hair purple, start a unicycle club, be the eccentric you truly are, and Oregon will high-five you for it. Life here doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a place where you can be yourself, whatever that looks like, and you'll find others who say, "Right on, mate." In short, Oregon's laid-back, slightly funky lifestyle means you'll never be bored, and you'll probably have a laugh or a what-the-heck moment at least once a week. Who wouldn't want to live somewhere that marches to the beat of its own drum? Still on the fence about moving to Oregon? No worries, I've got a bonus tip for you. Before you pack up your life, come take a vacation in Oregon and give it a test run. Think of it as dating Oregon before you marry it. I recommend flying into Portland and using it as your home base for a week. Explore the city, grab a coffee, wander the neighborhoods, chat with locals at a food cart pod, really soak in that Portland vibe, then venture out for a day or two to see Oregon's natural side. Take a short drive to the Columbia River Gorge to hike and see stunning waterfalls like Multnomah Falls. Talk about jaw-dropping. Maybe spend another day visiting the Oregon coast. Stroll through a charming seaside town and watch the sunset at Cannon Beach with Haystack Rock looming in the Pacific. During your trip, pay attention to how the place makes you feel. Can you picture yourself living here? Chat up some Oregonians, ask them what they love, or even what they don't love, about their state. You might discover that the rainy mist on your face in the morning feels refreshing, or that the sound of the pine trees in the breeze just speaks to you. Or maybe you'll find the slower pace and friendly banter is exactly what you've been craving. By the end of your Oregon holiday, you'll have a much clearer idea if this is the place you want to call home. And hey, worst case scenario, you still had an awesome vacation full of beautiful sights and tasty bites. That's a win-win, mate. So, should you go to Oregon? Let's do a quick recap. We've got epic natural beauty, cool and quirky cities, mouth-watering food and drink, a few extra bucks saved thanks to no sales tax, a green-minded lifestyle, and a friendly community that embraces the weird and wonderful. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. Oregon isn't perfect. Nowhere is. Yes, you'll need a raincoat, and traffic in Portland can be a pain on a Friday. But for many people, it's as close to paradise as you can get in the United States. If those 6 reasons got you daydreaming about pine forests and sipping coffee in a Portland cafe, then maybe you already have your answer. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more adventures from Should I Go? Got questions or your own Oregon experiences to share? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.